a little palito. How do you say that in English? Why do I have a hair? Hello. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the new Tilbury Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. I'm so excited to try this out because it's finally a hydrating foundation. I have really dry skin. I did buy it in 4 neutral, just so you guys know. I think it might be a little dark on me. I usually do have more of a self tan on or a gradual tan situation going on. Right now, I'm really fair because I haven't done that in a long time. But yeah, if you're new here, I hope you'll subscribe. I do a ton of videos just like this, tons of reviews coming your way. And yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so there are tons of claims on the actual packaging, but let's go ahead and read off the website. This is $44. Like I said, I got the shade 4N, 4 neutral. It says that it's supposed to be a shade for fair skin with neutral peach undertones, which I would say I do have. I like to go for more of a neutral more than a cool tone, even though I have a lot of redness. That's another thing that I want to see what this foundation does because I have a ton of redness. I have rosacea. I just wanted to even my skin out, but it does claim to be a buildable medium coverage. It's a hydrating foundation for beautiful, healthy looking glow. This has been expertly formulated with skincare ingredients to combine an instant glow and buildable coverage with long-term skincare benefits. That's really interesting. So it's got brightening rose complex, hydrating hyaluronic acid, improves the look of skin with each wear. That's something we'll have to test over time, so that's interesting. Beautiful Skin Foundation is a secret to your best healthy looking skin. There's a lot of science behind Charlotte's brand. I feel like she actually does a lot of testing, and it's like boost hydration by up to 166%. Skin looks plumper and smoother by 181%. Skin tone looks more even up to 210%. It also claims to minimize the appearance of pores, reduce the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots, and skin appears instantly brighter. So this is made in Italy, by the way, and it has a 12-month shelf life. So this is the actual outer packaging. It comes in a little cardboard, pretty standard. I did kind of open it just to see what the shade was like, and it does seem like it's gonna be a little too dark on me. Do I need to lower the brightness a little bit? What do you guys think? Yeah, I think that might be better. Sorry guys. I really do like this component. It is kind of like a squeezy tube, but it's not a squeezy tube, I promise you. It actually does have a pump. Let's go ahead and pump some out right now and see. I actually do want to see if it oxidizes in my little swatch. So it's actually a thicker consistency. It doesn't like, it's not hard to take out to pump out. It's not like I'm struggling to pump it out or anything. It does feel like a thicker consistency. So this does seem like it's going to be a little dark on me, but I am usually, like I said, a little more tan. I'll make it work for today. But just so you guys know, if you are around my skin tone naturally, you might want to go 1 shade or 2 shades lighter even. We'll see how it applies on the face though. I do want to do one half with a brush, the other half with a sponge. I always gotta prime. I will never go a day without priming my face with the Touch of the Silk Canvas. Well, not necessarily this one, but this is one of my favorites, and I know I love it, and I know it really makes my face seem smoother, feel smoother, look smoother with whatever foundation I use. I can use the most texturized foundation, like the foundation that makes me look most textured, and this will work really well. So I'm taking the liquid silk canvas. I take about a pump, and I just put that in the areas that I really need smoothing, which is like my nose and this area. I do have a lot of texture, but I have really dry skin. Like my skin is so dry lately. My actual skin is also so dry, like my knuckles are bleeding to that point. That's how much my skin is so dry. And I moisturize every single day. Not a day goes by that I don't moisturize. This is what the swatch looks like. Right now, I do want to see, like I said, if it oxidizes. We'll come back and we'll see. It actually looks like it's already getting a little darker, so it might actually oxidize a little bit, but we'll see. So I'm going to take my Juno & Co. Cloud Sponge on one side, and this is a Tarte paddle brush. I don't even remember when I got this, but this is literally my favorite foundation brush. So what I'm going to do is actually just pump some directly onto the brush. I'll do like half a pump for now. It actually, like, it is pretty thick, and what's cool about this also is that I think you can open it and squeeze out every single last bit. So it's not like there's like a what's it called, a little palito, how do you say that in English, a little stick that pumps everything out, that helps pump it out, you know what I mean? We're gonna do the brush on this side since I already started kind of doing that. So this is what it's looking like. Ooh, it might actually match when I start blending it out. I don't think half a pump was enough though, so I'm gonna take a little bit more, another half pump maybe. Yeah, I'll do this half with a brush. I do think it is buildable. I already like started building upon whatever I laid down first. It's kind of like got a little bit of 2 layers mixed in there. Why do I have a hair? Hello. It is a little too dark. I would say if you're around my skin tone naturally, go 1 shade lighter, because yeah, I have to blend this down my neck. It looks really nice and natural so far. What do you guys think so far? It covered almost everything. I still have a little bit of redness peeking through, as you guys can see right there. I might add a little bit more. I don't want to add too much because I'm afraid it's gonna start looking cakey. I actually don't see it as like glowy on me. I have really dry skin. Like I said, my skin is the driest it has ever been probably lately, so it makes me really sad. I'm gonna take like a little tiny bit more and just put some right here and kind of build it up because I do have some redness peeking through. I really hope that it doesn't start emphasizing my texture or anything. I don't think it will though. This is a foundation I might like applying with a brush more, but we're gonna try the sponge anyway for good measure. I always like to do that. So like I said, this is my Juno & Co. Cloud Sponge. I'm gonna do like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's not pumping like evenly for some reason. So I don't know if that was like one full pump or not. Let's see how this works. I do feel like I'm gonna have to use more product on this side because the sponge will definitely eat up some of the product, even though I like the sponge because it doesn't do that much. It's actually really good. It's a really good sponge. But I do think that it looks a little bit better with the brush because it like evens it out perfectly. So it's like spitting out the product. I'm not sure I really like the pump. It's very strange because I can't tell how much I'm pumping out to let you guys know, you know. This is one layer down, and as you can see, I mean, I do have a lot of like spots here kind of breaking out a little bit. It is that time of month, but let's try and cover them a little bit. I'm gonna do like one more pump. I feel like I've pumped out a lot, but also not a lot because it's not pumping out evenly. Do you guys see how it's spitting out? I'm not sure if my camera caught that. It's like spitting out in such a weird way. Maybe it's because I opened it. Not sure. But let's just put some here and see if that... Yeah, that covered that pretty nicely. I mean, it covers everything. It looks really natural. I wouldn't say it's too glowy or anything. I'm not sure if you have oily skin, how it'll look on you. I haven't seen any reviews on this yet, so I'm not sure. But on me, and I have really, really dry skin, so far it looks really pretty. It's not emphasizing any texture. It looks really natural. It's not overly glowy. I would say it's just a very natural finish, even though it claims to be glowy finish. This is what we're looking like now. I think you're all the way zoomed in, yeah. So let me lower my studio lights a little bit. It's not emphasizing any texture. It looks really natural and pretty. I do want to go ahead and apply pretty much everything I'm going to apply on like in person. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Armani Luminous Silk concealer. So this is one of my favorite concealers. I take that to brighten under the eyes and then to like brighten the center of my face as well. I like to use a sponge for this one. This is like a nice medium coverage, so it'll complement the foundation pretty nicely. I'm gonna take some cream products though, because that'll be the test on whether this is good. I'm gonna take the other side of my sponge, and this is my Milk Makeup bronzer, and just kind of apply some. I don't think it's gonna lift anywhere, honestly. I wouldn't say this is a self-setting foundation or anything like that by any means, but it doesn't look like overly glowy. If you have oily skin, this is something you might want to like set before you go in with cream products, even though I don't like doing that at all. But I just kind of want to see how everything applies. Nothing seems to be lifting. I'm also going to take my Say liquid blush. This is in the shade Poppy. I love this one so much. It probably doesn't match my eye look today all that much, but whatever. Okay, cream products laid on it really, really nicely. I'm very happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes with my Fenty setting powder. This is the loose setting powder in the shade Butter. My favorite of all time, so I know I'm not gonna have an issue. I'm just gonna bake a little tiny bit, and I just kind of press it in, and it kind of like makes everything look a little bit more like less textured, I guess. I'm gonna take some under the contour too, because why not? Okay, I'm gonna set half of my face with my Dior Powder No Powder, which is one of my favorites of all time. Just kind of like swirl it in here, and I'll do this half of my face. I'll set pretty much everywhere I didn't just set, and just see the difference, see the longevity, if it really does make a difference. I'm not really sure that it will. I will be using a setting spray though, because I always do that anyway. I'm gonna go over the cream contour with some powder contour, or powder bronzer really. Yeah, this is a little more warm tone. Everything's setting really nicely on top of it. I have to say though, I'm actually liking this side a lot more, and I did set it with my Dior Powder No Powder. I just feel like that powder is miracle. It's a miracle, honestly. It just blurs everything so nicely. I'm gonna go over the blush as well with my Essence blush, just a little bit. I desperately have to clean my makeup brushes. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my Pat McGrath highlighter. This is honestly one of my favorite highlighters in my collection. Almost forgot setting spray. So I like to go in with my Morphe Luminous setting spray first. I got this trick from my friend Amanda Rose. Especially if you like luminous foundations. I don't think this will affect the luminosity on my face right now, but then when that dries down a little bit, which seems to be pretty dry already, I go in with my Charlotte Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And this one helps for longevity. I really should have covered my eyeballs. I think it looks entirely flawless, like actually flawless. I really like the way this looks. I think this is gonna become one of my new holy grail foundations. This is what it looks like. I don't see like any texture overly emphasized. I do still think that the brush side looks smoother. I don't know if it was the application using the brush or the fact that I set it, because now I also set it. I also set this half of my face and it looks super flawless. But this is something that I'll have to test out over time. Like I'll use this foundation in different ways than what I'm doing today just to see the best method. But so far, like, this is foolproof. Both sides look really good no matter what. Like, it looks amazing. Again, this is the brush side. This is the sponge side. It is currently 1:16. I'll show you my watch. Can I show you my watch? Did it work? Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. 1:16. And I'm gonna try to be back at 9:16. Like, I'm gonna try to do a full 8-hour wear test. We'll see how it looks in 8 hours. I will see you guys then. Okay, so it's now 9:25. So 8 hours later, as you guys can see, this looks still so good. I did have to put on my glasses. I just cannot wear contacts anymore for longer than I have to. Like, yeah, the only place that is not amazing is right here. So this is the brush side. No texture, no emphasizing. It looks really good. And this is also the side that I set with powder. And then this is the sponge side. I will say I slightly like the sponge side a little bit more now. And even as I was editing the footage prior to this, I also noticed that I did like it. Like, visually, while I was editing it, I liked this side more as well. I don't know why I always look so beat at the end of the day though. Like, don't I look so tired? Anyway, I really do like the way this foundation looks on me. If you have really dry skin like me, go out and purchase this. Honestly, it doesn't look overly oily or glowy or anything. I cannot speak on how to look on really oily skin. I really thought it was going to be a lot more glowy and dewy and almost make me look like, I have had foundations that make me look oily and I'm dry. Just think about that. Like, that's crazy. But with this, it looks beautiful. It looks like my skin but better. And that's what I got like while I was editing my footage. I really felt like it looked like my skin but better. Like, it's just a second skin. Beautiful natural finish. I really like the medium coverage. I would say this is medium coverage. It's not entirely full, but I feel like you could probably build it up if you wanted to, and you can even sheer it out with a sponge, and it's like a multi-purpose foundation. I think it's great. And I really like it. I think it's going to become one of my holy grails. Let me know what you guys think about it. Did you guys pick it up? I would love to know. And yeah, that completes this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I have this in neutral. I have this, but yeah, if you're new here, I would love for you to, in a like darker way, I guess. Let me put the ISO up a little bit. I'm just gonna go over my